What's going on, everybody? It's Bridgeburner 412 here to start a new adventure in the world of Warhammer 3. Now, this is an incredibly difficult game with a very steep learning curve, and I am not good at it. So my goal is to become better at it. So I'm going to go ahead and start a campaign here and see how well I can do. Now, there's a million races here to choose from and factions within each race. I mean, it's an incredibly deep game. You can pretty much find any kind of play style you want here. But I thought probably the best thing to do would be to start a campaign that was my very first campaign way back in the long ago in the before time when I was playing Warhammer 1. And of course,
Empire's
I played as Karl Franz of the Empire. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with Karl Franz. Also, the benefit is it kind of gives you a look at just sort of everything about the game in terms of mechanics and things like that are available for the Empire. There's no real special kind of mechanics and stuff like that. Every race has their own kind of deal, but this one's kind of the one to do because it is the most balanced. And if you've played any other Total War games, it's the closest to the rest of those games. But without further ado, and we're doing the Immortal Empires campaign. So this is, if you have Warhammer 3, they have released now Immortal Empires for everybody who has Warhammer 3. So it used to be you would have to have the first two games, Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2, to play Immortal Empires, but now you do not. So essentially Immortal Empires is you try to take over the world. So that's what we're going to be about here. So let's go ahead and start our campaign. It's going to take a few seconds to load in here. But yeah, I'm super excited to get started here. And if you like to see, Bridgeburner 412 smash his head into a wall, this is going to be the series for you because I am not good at this game. So as I struggle along, and I've played hours and hours and hours of all of the Warhammer games and many of the Total War games. And yeah, I struggle. I do a lot better with games where you're just hacking and slashing a single target in front of you. But for right now, this is the deal. So it's enormous fun, though. Usually what happens to me is I'll be moving along in my campaign, and then I will just get wrecked like over the course of a single turn. So I am going to avoid save scumming.
Now is the time, men of the Empire, to unite!
Okay, a little bit of how they play. If you want to take a look at that, feel free. Essentially, and you won't be able to see the whole map here, but as you scroll out, this isn't even the whole, like it goes from all the way down here, all the way up to here, and east and west as well. I mean, it is huge. So essentially, you are trying to gain territory. Get rid of that, and each race will have a different technology tree. So there's a lot of like if you're looking for a game with replayability, this is the one because there's a million different ways to play this game. So I'm thinking usually probably it's best to start with something around growth. But this basically improves your troops and such. We're going to have a lot of arrows, so that's going to become important later. But we're going to start. We're going to put on some tithe rebates here. And it'll take 5 turns for us to get that benefit of growth plus 10. Early on, you want growth. So they always give you a little army that you face first that you're supposed to take out. But just to kind of show you the lay of the land, so to speak, we've got a civil war happening here in the Empire. And our capital is Altdorf. And we want to have, you basically try to run the game by collecting provinces, which is a set of 4 usually 4, sometimes 3, sometimes 2. There's a capital, and then there's settlements that are outside the capital. So Altdorf is pretty much centered here. Here's Eilhart, Ubersreich, and Grunberg. So Ubersreich is where the famous, we can't see what's there yet. It's where the famous Moon Tavern is. But essentially, you can go through the passes here, and there's a bunch of baddies that are down here, and allies that you could form down there. The plan is going to be, depending on how the game lets us play, because you're always kind of trying to plan and kind of reacting. We're going to get our thing here. We're going to see what the situation is down here, because there's, there are enemies here who can sneak up and start messing with your business. So if it's pretty solid, if we can get Helmgart pretty solid, then what we're going to need to do is to go over and take care of the vampires, because they are the biggest problem that we'll face in the early to mid game. Now, we do also have a mechanic of our elector counts. So our job, our little game within the game, is to reunite the empire. So we do that through collecting these provinces and then installing our people there. Okay, so we want these all to be like up towards 10. So you see the total there is 7. So through various machinations and things, you can try to work things. Now, this evil, villainous vampire has to be destroyed. So he'll be he'll be on our map, but probably not for a while. So you can use electoral machinations to build stuff and confederate and all that. But you know what? All that's going to come in due time as we start through our adventure here. So typically you want to try to do the diplomacy first. And with Warhammer 3, it's great because you get quick deal. So I can form alliances. This tells you the likelihood of the diplomacy working. So I can get lots of stuff going here. But first I want to start with trade. And so Talabecland here is willing to trade. So I'm going to offer them the deal. And I'm also going to offer a non-aggression pact. And I'm also going to get military access so that if I have to, I can go through and get the vampires from this direction, because they'll be spreading around here. So we want to be able to do that as well. Now, I'm 3.9, which is pretty good. So I'm going to get some cash in addition with that. So I get a nice little 586 into the coffers, which is good. All right, so that's our first deal. The Ice Court, they also want to trade. Let's see. Let me go to the Ice Queen of Kislev.
Friends of Kislev.
And yeah, we'll get that trade going. And do we got any other trade anywhere? Nope, no other trade. Let's look at non-aggression packs. Yeah, Midland, we don't want aggression with them.
And make your offer.
So we can get some more money. So let's do that. And also,
Who calls?
Stirland. So Stirland, I also want to get, and I bet they don't give it to me. I want to be able to get a military passage through here. So,
None
yeah,
shall question me.
they're not fans of that idea.
What?
But let's put it out there,
Greetings, my
and so
countrymen.
you can see they're
Come in
not.
peace on this fine mark
They're
time.
problems a lot of the time.
As you say,
Stirland always holds out, and then they are so insulated that they end up destroying themselves. All right, so there was some diplomacy to get started. We want some money coming in every turn. This is what we're going to get on our next turn. This is what we've got in our coffers. This will go down as we start adding soldiers to the army. But here at Altdorf, just checking what we got. So this one on the left is always, that's like the main building. So if you click on the building browser, so for Altdorf that I've clicked here, these are the buildings that are available in Altdorf, and it will suggest things to go towards. But initially, it starts you out with something. So we can go to the next level of our, we can go to the village level. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. Once that completes, then the 2 locks will come off and we'll be able to build something there as well. But all in good time. But without further ado, what are we? We're about 10 minutes in.
I am Prince and Emperor.
Let's take Karl Franz and use that big giant hammer and give him the old what for over here.
Men, war calls.
Okay, now it says decisive victory. That will be the battle result. The auto-resolve is here. I'm not going to auto-resolve a lot of battles. I fight them because you always do better in terms of what you lose when you fight the battle, but there are going to be some times when we will definitely want to auto-resolve based on what we're facing. But here's the enemy. You can see the enemy. We've got this thing, which is great for right now. These mortars will help us make the enemy attack us. We've got some shock cavalry, and then we've got some handgunners. They shoot straight, and of course they shoot straight, but they shoot horizontally straight, whereas like a crossbowman can shoot in an arc. So we have to have them on the side so that they're not shooting our own guys. There is friendly fire damage. And then we've got Karl Franz, who's the hero. And anyway, you can look at all the different stats and stuff there, but we're going to fight this out. So let's get it on the battlefield here. So essentially, this is a real-time battle game, but a turn-based campaign game. So you can pause during the battles. I'm on normal because I'm terrible at this game. But if you go up to like legendary, you can't pause the battle ever. And it doesn't show you the balance of power or anything like that in the battle. But we're going to kind of see how it goes here for us. We should be able to wreck shop on this first battle. So we'll just kind of see. So here's our battlefield. And when we start the battle, it will begin. But we can arrange our troops however we would like. So what I typically do is I put them all down there because I don't want my front line cluttered. So I think what we will do, let's see.
Our weapons are yours. Great swords.
Usually I'll have a front line like this, and I'll group them into a group. And then I'll group the handgunners, my range guys, and then group them, and then usually I don't.
Yes.
This is going to be great. The Reichland Runefang will help us at times. The little eyeball here says that we're hidden, but we're not going to worry too much about being hidden. We're just going to pretty much just go, straight here. So we're just going to spread out a nice wide front line there. Now, even though I put these in a group, let's see, how do I want to do this? Maybe I'll put them both here and try to angle them out this way when the battle begins. I'll put my cavalry hiding over here, and I'll have them, let's see, if they advance here, which I'll probably do, I can run my cavalry out and get behind them and then take out their archers. The biggest thing we have to fear right now are the archers. These guys will take a while to get to us, but we should be okay. And then Karl Franz, we'll put Karl Franz right here. He's going to soak up a lot of the damage, and we're going to put our nice juicy mortar right here, and we're just going to start plunking them as the battle begins. Really, this shouldn't be too hard. It's the first battle, and they set that up so that you win. So let's get it going on those guys. We're just going to sit here and wait. I might bring these guys out and angle them a little bit here. And then, why isn't my guy firing? Oh, he is firing. Okay. So look, that mortar did all of that damage just with that one shot there, which is awesome. I guess I could bring them this way. So they're still hidden. You can see by the eyeball here when it says ZZZZZ, that means they're not doing anything. It's because we're waiting for them to come and attack us. Let's see what these mortar balls do. Woo! Boomba! See, these spears are the difficulty thing. We don't want the spears to turn around. They're probably going to turn around, but I'm an impatient guy, so kind of how it's going to be. Let's get Karl Franz out there, gooning the boss. And we're going to change our mortar to target these spears here now, since I've got my cavalry coming to wreck shop over here. We'll get these guys to just keep shooting those guys. And we'll get this going here. Oh, he's going to try to come into my cavalry. So the cavalry and the mortars, we need to keep. Because they will...
Formation march!
They will be a deal. Okay, so we're going to have these guys fight here. We're going to move those guys behind to make a little sandwich here.
My subjects call!
Okay, and we're going to move our handgunners over here.
To battle!
Cavalry, get back into business, sir. Okay. Swords, we're not going to bring the swords in right now. We're going to get the mortar to stop firing because there is friendly fire in the game. So now we've got these guys behind, so we'll just have them attack that way. And we'll have our gunners from this side just basically annihilate
Soldiers of the Empire!
these guys. Karl Franz, do your job.
My rule is absolute! Take the ground!
Now we do kind of want to kill as many of them as we can. So they're retreating. We got them pretty good. Hi, don't stop fighting. Want to get rid of the archers if we can. Yeah, this is looking good. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get these guys going here. These guys should be shooting here. Okay, so we got victory, but I do want to thin them as much as possible. Karl Franz got a little more hurt than I would like him to have gotten.
No lingering. We are Sigmar's heirs.
Okay, so now we use. Yep, there we go. Let's get Karl Franz out of there. I bet it was friendly fire that got Karl Franz in trouble. All right, let's have these guys stop shooting. Handgunner, stop shooting, please.
For the Emperor!
And let's get these guys going. And we can speed it up and just mop up the battlefield here. So all of the opponents get what's coming to them. They'll learn. We took a little more damage than I would have liked to have taken in this first initial battle, but you know, it's all right. It's all right. All right, so we might as well go ahead and end it here. All right, so it'll give us the battle report, and it'll show you how many people got killed by each thing. So you can see the gunners they're just so important. Yeah, so Karl Franz took some damage, probably from friendly fire more than anything else. We lost 16. My thing is always 10%. If I lose more than 10%, I'm disappointed. You know, unless you're facing someone who's going to smash your face. Okay, so we have had a decisive victory, but he is still alive and he's going to retreat. Army replenishment. Yeah, it's not even worth it, really. We'll just take the cash. This is kind of the suckers thing. Like 100 unit experience isn't much of anything, but we got 925 experience, so... I guess we did kill enough of them to get rid of that army. Typically, if you don't kill enough of them, they'll run away and escape. But we killed him. He did not get a level, which sucks, because... Oh, we can still reach it. Okay. So we'll go and we'll take out Grudberg here. Well, we'll do it like right now. Essentially, our first thing is we've got to get rid of the uprising of the Empire secessionists, these filthy secessionists that want to secede from the Empire. That is not to be allowed. All right, so let's just go ahead and boop. Okay, so they've got a lot of spears and such. Got this archery team. It says close victory. I'm pretty sure with our cavalry, our mortar, and our handguns that we can do much better than a close victory. So if we were to auto-resolve, it would be a close victory, meaning we would lose a lot more than we would otherwise. Okay, but we're just going to go for it here and see what happens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, for this new sort of series. I'm excited to start up something new on the channel. And you know what? I'll go back and finish some of the other stuff I start, at some point. But, I got to follow where my heart leads. And this is where my heart had led me now. So I'm going to do it. Okay, so here we go. We got some high ground that we can place people on. Let's get our guys out of the way here. And I probably should have kept one guy out there so I could still see their stuff over here. So these are going to be, like, if we can get rid of these guys, and eventually we're going to get a lot more range units. So range units are really the ones that we have to worry about. So I'm going to go ahead and, just like last time, I'm going to put my deal here. And group them, group them, group them, group that. Okay, so I'll put, let's see. I'm going to put the horsies over here. And they'll just come around this side. Now, that will keep the spears out of the mix because the spears are going to want to protect the bows. Spears against cavalry is always the way to go. Cavalry against spears is never the way to go. So, that's kind of how it works. And we'll just put these guys all right here. And we'll put our gunners here this time. And get our beautiful, juicy mortars back there. All right, I think we're pretty good. He got a little more hurt than I would have liked, but we're gonna get him a level, and it's gonna improve here. So let's get this guy firing our mortars of beautifulness, going out on those guys.
Ready for war! My God, Miraz!
Victory is in our grasp, the game is telling us. Even though it was supposed to be a close victory.
What?
Let's put him out here.
We are Sigmar's heirs!
And let's just get those handgunners going right there. Get our cav going around the side. Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
Reichsguard! Handgunners! Pick your targets!
We'll just let them come. Just let them come to us.
Reichsguard Knights!
So they're wavering now. They will break here shortly.
Ulrich's wrath on them! By Ulrich's wrath! For France!
Have those guys attack. Have these guys attack and make the sandwich of death.
Reichsguard Knights! Missiles
We'll get these guys over here.
Ready for war!
Halberds, get in there.
Show us the foe!
Let's put these guys right here and just start taking care of that business right there. All right. And let's use our cav on the back over here. We'll do the old or an anvil technique. Keep an eye on these guys, make sure they don't come back.
Yes, sir.
And we'll put our guns up here. Watch this. Oh, this is going to be so juicy. Oh, those guys are going to get in the way of my charge. Oh, it's glorious charge! Look at them waver immediately. I imagine when horses go right into your bottom, that causes trouble. We should probably stop him from firing. Alright, so since this is a settlement battle to take a town, you don't have to kill all of the enemies. They just die at the end, so there's no reason to keep going unless you're trying to build veterancy of units, but it's not, you don't really make as much as you would like. It's time-wise, but see, like this, they got a rank in our last battle. Most of these guys will get a rank, I imagine, from this battle. We didn't kill as many as we could have, I guess. So it'll be interesting to see, but we're well under 74. So for me, that's a battle won. A close victory, we would have lost over 100 men. So that's good. Incidentally, this unit is our Empire standing, which we want to be always at 1,000 eventually. I'll show you that here in a second. And we do not want to destroy any part of the town because this is one of our main settlements. So all we're going to do is occupy it and it becomes ours. So we actually got 2 levels. We went from 1 to 3. We got a follower that, ooh, that's juicy. 6 campaign movement range. That is very juicy.
Yes.
And we can
like the provinces?
up this guy's level. We always go for Route Marcher first because anything that expands how far you can go. And then we're going to be moving along his red line to support our troops. All right. All right. So now we have a Grunberg as well.
Summon
so now
the
it shows us what
Electrocounts.
we've got here. So we've got some growth happening over here. So once this goes to this level, then it will unlock this one too. Okay, so we have done all we can do with our army that turn, but now, oh, we can level him.
I command here.
I have another skill point. Oh, there we go. So now we will add troops. Now we don't have a lot of options, and we don't have very many that we can recruit, but eventually, I wonder what the research is to be able to recruit more units. I don't know where that is. Hero capacity. Yeah, I don't know where that is. Eventually that will go up to 3 and then 4, but I don't, like I said, I can't remember where that is. But yeah, it's a slow build on Immortal Empires.
The Empire.
So we're going to go ahead and add a couple cheap bows, and they're going to help us destroy people. Yeah, so it does take a turn for them to build. Where are we? We're at 5320. We can't level anything else, so that 5320 is going to stay in our bank. You see here we're at 2114 coming in next turn. Let's check our diplomacy, see if we can do anything else quick deal-wise. Trade, nope.
None shall question me.
Nope.
Yes.
Nobody wants anything to do with us. And to be fair, Empire is, at least the way that state of the game exists at this moment, is one of the more difficult factions to play. Because the location is you just end up getting surrounded. And you've got to do your best to make sure that you don't lose territory, because we want this number always to be going positive. Once it starts dropping negative, bad things start to happen to your provinces. So you want to make sure that this is always going up. Now, the way to get this up is you'll be offered certain decisions, and that's where this prestige will come into play. So you always want this at 1,000, because 1,000 will give you the opportunity to put this up +1 in certain game events. Okay, so that was a lot on our first turn. So we're going to go ahead and turn here and see what happens. So you see there's 276 at this point different factions, and one of them has already been obliterated. So it's dropped to 275. So that number will go down. So the computer is playing all of those other factions that we can't see. So, yeah. And this used to go really, really slowly, but... All right, so we got a battle wizard, and he is a celestial wizard. That ain't the greatest. But it ain't the worst, so that's fine. It's random what you get. So we're going to go ahead and have him join our army, but we want to, let's see, can he reach here? He can reach here. This settlement has 7. So we have an army of 11. They've got 7. But I know, let's see, he's not going to be able to join. Oh, he might be able to join us for this battle. This battle wizard. Let's see if we can get Uber's Reich on this turn. So let's put the battle wizard there. Helmut Aglim. You can change the names, so if you want to, if you have any suggestions on name changes, just put them in the comment section, and you can even name each unit here. So if you want to have a silly name for a unit, go ahead and put it in the comment section. Oh, I went a little.
Onwards!
I could not go all the way here and attack because that I would have to be in force march to go there, but I can put him in there. So let's do that.
Artifacts.
Did he have any levels? He did
Prince
not.
And Emperor.
But we've got a wizard, so that's good. They're building up here. They are most likely, I'm going to guess, they most likely go to here. They're probably going to march all the way into Helmgart. This is going to be the tough one. This is going to be the tough one to get. But I have a strategy that I've learned. So we're going to see how that goes. But that's pretty much all we could do this turn. So we always want to check.
Sigma's will.
All right. So we've got.
What?
I always check trade first. This can lead to trade. This non-aggression pact can lead to trade. But Hookland is garbage level right now. So we are going to offer them this, but
on behalf of the
then
Empire.
they will put a trade agreement, and we're going to balance it and get 541 gold, which is cool. So let's go ahead. They're going to be wiped out here relatively quickly. I could start another army and try to get them over here, because once these guys are taken over, you lose that imperial seat, which sucks and hurts your imperial authority. All right, Kirk Norn. No one else wants to do deals with us for that, so we'll do a non-aggression pact here.
You may speak
and balance it. Get us another 348. Sweet.
The Empire.
Wiesenland wants a non-aggression pact. Let's look at Wiesenland here for a second. So Wiesenland usually is a tough nut to crack for confederation. Once you get up to 10, you can start confederating territories, which just basically converts them to your territory. You do take a hit on imperial authority, so you want some imperial authority up there. But Wiesenland, Null is the capital, wants a non-aggression pact. I don't know. We might. You don't want to go to war with other members of the empire that you're trying to reunite. So Wiesenland is here. But you do get a steam tank if you get your guy in that spot, which is steam tank. Steam tanks are kind of OP. So you can see green is pretty good, 7. Fildorf is 7. These guys aren't so good, so 5. And decisions will come up to help you improve your fealty with them. Marienburg is,
Sigma.
Sometimes people will go and attack Marienburg because they've got a port here that can make you some loot. But I like having these guys as a buffer, because once these punks start coming down here, then stuff starts to get ugly, and I always like to have a sponge to kill all the enemies. So, yeah, I think I'm going to hold off on that. I think I'm going to hold off on that non-aggression. I'll hold off on that non-aggression. Okay, so we are going to end turn. Boompa. And let's see what Hans Frankenwörter is going to be up to. See how many other factions disappear from our screen. We're at 272. It's so great having this game at this level. See, so if we had 500 prestige, we could arrange an honorary banquet. So we're going to lose, like, we could pay 800 out. Well, I don't know. So Talabecland's fealty is currently 7. We want that to be 10. If we don't do anything, I mean, we could read all this, but it's just a story. Yeah, we'll arrange a state gift. Plus, that would also be a waste of 500 prestige, because we need to get that to 1,000 as soon as possible, and over 1,000. Okay, so that was our decision at that moment. Okay, so now we can...
Summon the Elector Counts.
They didn't move. They stayed there. Interesting. So they stayed at 7. So now we can move in.
I command here.
If you recruit, you can't attack. You have to attack after you recruit. But we've got 12, so we're gonna go in and mess up the business. Again, we're gonna fight it because we don't want to lose. We don't want to lose stuff. And look, he already recovered, so it's not that big a deal. Plus, we want our wizard to start getting points so we can use his spells. All right, so let's start here at Ubisreich to get the next settlement on our way to uniting the province. And once you unite the province, you can then make provincial commands that will help build growth and things like that. Again, these are the guys we're gonna have to worry about. The crossbows, the rest of them shouldn't be too big a problem. I shouldn't gamble, but I always do, and it always goes down. But we don't have that much magic anyway. I don't think this guy even has a spell yet, so it's not really going to matter. But let's just see if it's starting out to see. Yep, it went down to 4. Holy moly. Why do I even do that? I know the game is rigged against that. All right, so we're a little bit on the uphill side here. So these are the guys we got to take out. So we'll just go our standard operating procedures that we used before. Set it up this way. Boom. Those guys, put those guys, get our archers involved.
This is my command!
And then I always leave my heroes on the side ungrouped so I can find them quickly. Start deployment. So let's go ahead and put our frontline troops right there. And we'll put our handgunners up here. We might move them out a bit. So we can utilize all of them. The archers, they can just be right behind because they can fire over the troops. The handgunners can't. And then we'll put our big, juicy mortar right here, I think. Yeah, I guess we could put it back here. The whole battlefield in view. And we'll put Hans, or Karl's France here. Karl Franz. Have you go there. We'll put our little guy. He does have one spell. Melee defense and melee attack. Oh, that could be pretty good. So we'll put him right in the middle of things here so he doesn't, get in too much danger. And then our horsies. We'll put our horsies. I guess we'll just put them right here and march them right through. Just start with them and we'll just march them around the back. All right. So they do have a few more troops. So this one's going to be a little more difficult.
To arms, men!
But we can utilize our Reichsguard, and that's these guys, the Reichsguard, and start spreading things out. Let's see these lands. Let's see. Oh, they're going to be behind this little house. Okay, that could have been better, but that's all right. All right, let's get them going around. And you can...
For Heldenhammer! Go!
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was going to move these guys a bit. So. Oops, I pushed the wrong button.
Sigmar commands!
Handgunners!
Understood! Spotters the target! Sigmar!
I think I can get one more shot into there, maybe, before...
Yes, sir!
Sir, for the twin-tailed comet!
Definitely don't want to lose those guys, though.
Yes, sir, quickly!
Ranging target!
Crew to cannons!
Roar! Sigmar calls!
The Heldenhammer! twin-tailed comet!
I don't think I have my archers firing at too much of anything. I forgot I had the archers. Let's get them shooting these guys. We're going to go ahead and give him the old Reichland Runefang, a little buff up there, a little boost-o-matic. These guys, let's have them pummel them right there.
Show us the foe!
So this is settlement battle, so we don't have to kill everything. And we'll just kind of ping-pong between these two.
For the twin-tailed comet! We are Sigmar's heirs! Attack!
All right, so we got the victory. That was pretty easy. And in battle. So 14, that's pretty good. 94 would be our deal. And again, you don't have to wipe them all out. If it's a settlement battle, you can just go and, you know, kind of punch them in the face and then win the battle and then end the battle. And all those guys will end up dying anyway. So let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we had 3 friendly fire losses. But that's okay. Look at the Caribou Greatswords. 52 on that one. Yep. Not so much from the handgunners, but they were facing primarily the spears. So that's what caused them to lose their typical thing. So we got 121 prestige. You get prestige, of course, by winning battles and some decisions. We get a lot of XP, so that's good. So we're going to occupy the town. Ooh, Obsidian Blade. Pretty good. Blue's pretty good, although we are going to get a better weapon for him eventually. He might already have a better weapon, actually. Can't remember what he has. Now he gets a warhorse, Barded Warhorse, if you wish to have him on a warhorse. Which we'll do, because he can move around faster. All right, now we need to get our... yeah, we're gonna be pretty ranged focused here. Oh, I wanted to look at his... Oops. Hey, go. I wanted to look at his stuff. Yeah, so he's already got the Dragon Tooth, so this is a downgrade for him. He gets that nice ability on there. Yeah, so eventually you can get 4 purple items here for doing his different quests. And he has a Barded Warhorse here. Eventually we want him on Deathclaw, which we get at rank 16. Imperial Pegasus isn't quite as juicy, but that's okay. All right, let's look at Helmet.
Prince and Emperor.
So we want him, you know, doing the deal here. Yeah, he's, yeah, his magic isn't as, it's okay, but, you know, it's not the best. But that's okay. We will make do with what we have. Okay, so we're going to pull in some more archers for us. And let's take a little bit of a peek here at Uberstrike. Oh, we've got that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this one down from over here because we're going to keep this one here. So we'll get this up to level 3. So for the building browser, if you check, so in your capital, you can go all the way up to 5. So the things that you can get are horizontally aligned across the top. And we'll be looking a lot at this as we go through the game. But currently our province capital is only at level 1, so we can only get these. But eventually the things that we're going to want in Altdorf are going to be probably the resources. But other than that, we're going to want the things that are going to get us way up here. This, we are going to want to get the Hellstorm rocket battery as soon as possible because that wreck shop, but that's a long way into, you got to be level 4 and all that to get that. And then we're going to want, you know, the cathedrals of Sigmar. But if you go over here, you'll notice that Ubersreich, we'll only ever get to this level. So we won't be able to do any of these higher level things. So because the this training field and armory only goes to level 3, it's a waste of a slot to have it here because you don't really want to double up things within the same province. So that's our rationale there. So here is the oh, they took it out. Oh no, they didn't. Here it is. I was going to say, here's the Red Moon Inn. which is a landmark, and it does good stuff for us as well. So we'll want to get that in Uber's Reich eventually. But Eilhart is still on our list to defeat.
Summon the Elector
Okay,
Counts.
so I am amazed that they have not come over here. It changes our plans a bit. Because on our next turn, we'll probably just go down there. And I don't know if we can make it all the way down there in one turn, but we're going to take a seat. We're going to take a little look-see here. This episode's going to be a little bit longer as we get our feet wet. We'll see if we can get our province here in episode 1. So check our quick deals again.
Honor before glory.
Honor before glory.
The Empire.
So we'll start with a non-aggression pact here with Baston. They are at war with Carrick Ziflin. Carrick Ziflin is here in the mountains. So there's war between those two. So we need to think about this a little bit. We can't really settle there, but we're eventually going to want to leave Reichland and move. So if they're sitting there, but then if they're sitting there, we're going to let that lie for now. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn. Still rocking at 272. That little hammer there by Ubersreich, that tells you that you can build in that settlement now. Probably able to bring it up to level 2. Okay, so here's another decision. It's a 6 of one, a half dozen of the other. Haverland. We want Stirland to give us the ability to march through their territory, so we're going to side with them. And now we've got some building that we can do. Let's check here first. So we finished upgrading that, so now we've got 3 slots here. So on our building browser, we're going to want at least 1 growth for now. I don't know if we're going to want a cavalry or not right away. We're going to eventually want to get Demigriff Knights, although they're very expensive. We're going to want this resource. We're also going to want this. Let's go here and here. And those are all our slots. And then we will upgrade, let's upgrade Ubersreich so we can get crossbowmen in our training field. Level that up to the rally field. Okay. Check our diplomacy. Quick deal.
Armored in faith.
Who
Trading. Nope.
So
Hochland's going to let us... Stirland now will let us travel through their territory. So let's go ahead and offer them that and see if they will... No, they will not do trade agreement as well, but we'll balance it here. So Stirland's going to let us go through. So that's a big win. So that was probably because we didn't... Or because we chose them in the last decision. We will also... Let's see. They might end up giving us a trade deal eventually, but for rites of passage, we'll go with Hochland.
Come then. Only
Midland we will not, because Midland can be... They can be a little bit... They can be a little bit punkish. So Midland here... It's right here. And they can be real jerks, and they can work their way down to try to mess with our business over here, which we don't want to happen.
ready.
All right, so now we can get all the way to Eilhart. But let's see. They've got 7 in the garrison, and they've got 8 here. So they've got 15. We have 14. They are getting more people, so we should probably, even though we're outnumbered, fight the battle now. What do we got here? That's 14. Yeah, so this could be...
To unite the
this could be either good or it could be absolutely terrible. So
raise your weapons.
We're going to see. Is this our first slamming our head against the wall? It's telling us close victory. If we just resolve it, they do have a hero. They've got 3 range units, which makes me sad. Well, let's just give it a whirl and see what happens. I am going to try to avoid save scumming, but if you're just starting the game and you're playing the game, you could save there and quick save, and then if your battle goes terrible, then you could go back and just do the close victory and see if it'll be better. But I don't want to do that kind of stuff. I want to play it the way it's played. I learned my lesson on the gambling for the Magic Winds of Power. All right, so let's see. Let's put it back out here so we can see the enemy. So let's see. Yeah, all these guys are the trouble. Those guys are the trouble. So we're gonna have to consider how we're gonna deal with that.
Halberdiers!
They outnumber us on the front lines as well. Yeah, so this is gonna get spicy. This is gonna be a little bit spicy. Oh, there's more guys over here that I didn't see before. Ugh. Yeah, this could be this could be messy. Boom, boom.
Missile infantry!
Them over here. And
Missile infantry!
we don't want to put them behind the trees. Put our... Hopefully that'll do some work for us. Our horsies. Oh, I didn't make groups with these guys. Group and group. Horsies. So they got spears. They're smart. They put spears here. Typically the AI isn't very smart. Those spears will probably move, but we'll put our horsies over here. And we'll put our dude right here. And let's see what happens. Got a little bit of veterancy on them, but I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we'll see. Let's start taking out the range as quickly as possible. Get these guys going. We could also use the cavalry to mess up their formations and stuff. This might be a good time to tell you the white bar in the middle is like whether they're going to break or not. Their leadership bar. Are they running? Because they're going pretty slow. All right, we're going to want these guys to focus fire. Looks like we'll just have them shoot right there. Okay, let's get these guys. And gunners are doing some work there. These guys over here. Actually, you should bring them over here on this side.
For the comet, ready! Cannons, fire! We serve the Emperor! For Heldenhammer! Prepare for combat! Loaded, sir! Great swords! Swordsman!
The portents sight chaos!
Conditions acceptable! By Gul Maraz! We serve the Emperor! For Heldenhammer!
Where's my guy? Here he is.
For war! See to it! Quick march! Mortar! Handgunners! Quickly! Shoot them! Take the ground!
Nope, not wrong guys.
Ready
This guy
for
to
war!
be over here.
No lingering! Sigma, guide our fire! Mortar!
Our mortar's there. Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm really concentrating.
Preserve us! Take it!
All right, where is my dude?
Wrath on them!
Let's get him hit the leadership buff.
Right to live! Battle and blood await! Reichsguard Knights! Sigmar calls! quicker!
Call France! Handgunners! Ready for war!
I'm right there. Oh, that's not a clear shot.
State troops ready!
Let's get those guys back here and see if that works.
Reichsguard!
Okay, so these guys have broken. That's good.
Weapons ready! Ready to fire!
Okay. Where did my mortars go? Mortars. Oh, they came to... How did they get rid of our mortars? Oh, the archers went after our mortars. I hope they're not dead. That's going to be bad news. Hi, cavalry, go.
Our weapons are yours! Yes!
No rune fang again. We do have this to go. Let's put that there.
Reichsguard!
Yeah, see, they're archers. I was afraid of their
Great
archers.
swords!
And rightfully so.
Position!
But that's okay. We're going to wipe them out here. We're still going to win the battle. You
Yes,
see the balance
sir.
of power up here. Oh, our handgunners are running too.
Weapons at the ready! Reichsguard knights! Great swords! Now! Bring it
All
down!
right, get the archers here. Archers should have been shooting there. Archers, let's get archers on a helmet or whatever his name is over here. Hans Frankenfurter.
To the enemy!
Get him on Franz. Get him going there.
For the comet!
Yeah.
Ready!
Oh, they're running way over there. Why they really got the what for? I wasn't really paying attention to them. I should have been. All right, so we got the victory. Let's see what our losses are. I hope I didn't lose any units. If I lost that mortar, I would be just beside myself. Yeah, they ended up not doing very much. The other team was moving around quite a bit. Who did the number on us? Helmet and some of these archers. I think those were the guys who they targeted the mortar, which they should have. I mean, that was smart. Typically, the AI isn't very smart in this game, but that was smart. And we lost 3 times what I would want to lose. 111 is what I would want to lose, but we lost more. So, but it did predict close victory. So Pyrrhic victory, that ain't great. We're not going to get much XP for that. Oh, we did get a lot of XP for that. That is surprising. Let's go ahead and occupy. We got a hedge wizard. Oh, nice. Increases the wisdom magic power for our guy Helmut. And we have secured the province of Reichland. So let us look at our
Prince
our
and
peeps.
Emperor.
And we're going to go ahead and put another one there because we're going to buff up the range. And Wind Blast is going to be okay for us, I think. So let's get a Wind Blast on board. And let's see.
Ready.
Now we can put in
Is it time?
a commandment. So we'll do the growth one. There usually is a growth one. Yep. So on next turn, it'll start helping out with growth. Growth will allow us to move on our building browsers, will allow us to move farther vertical. Growth is what populates your places. Okay, so the next thing that we have to do, which we will probably do in our next episode, is we got to take care of Helmgart. So I do have a plan for that, but you will have to tune in next time to find out what that plan is. We're going to grab a couple of these dudes and see if we got any quick deals here with some trade. No trade.
Protector of the realm.
Artois is against the Barrow Legion. That's fine. We will do a non-aggression with them and maybe get some
The
trade.
laws of chivalry demand I hear
We'll get
you.
489 gold from them while we are at
You
it.
know who I am.
Okay, so job done. We have united the province of Reichland, and we will be able to continue marching through Total War Warhammer 3. I hope to see you in our next episode. We will see you then.